All right, talk to me, Precious.
Okay, so I was just trying to do something else real quickly here just now. Um, um,
Have you been using this terminal before?
not only specifically for this.
So you've never used it before?
I used it to download Docker and then to get Azure Data Studio.
Okay, I would say to you, if you can do this and you can use it for other stuff, you are going to become a data engineer very quickly. Because you when you so when you work with companies that deal with big data, they can't use SQL Server anymore. SQL Server, the server is limited in space, right? So they've got to use and the transactional data as well, they come in thick and fast. So they use other system like Hadoop system, and this is how you go into them. You remote into you use the terminal, do whatever you want to do on your pipeline, push all your Git commands, everything your data off the terminal. But anyway, that's good. So if you show me quickly before we start.
How I did it?
Yeah, how you restored your um
The files?
yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty easy to explain. I thought it was the other one. So basically, what I did is when you open your terminal, you have to then let me just try and find that again here. It's basically you have to open your downloads and you do that by doing CD right here.
CD,
It's a
you see it into your download, yeah.
CD downloads, and then you press after that you do ls just to
LS
get
means it just means list everything inside the downloads.
perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
great. I didn't know that. But yeah, it would come out like all your downloads would come out, right? So what I did is obviously when I downloaded that file from Microsoft website. So that file I've gone ahead to download the database one, I
Yeah.
believe, and I've put that into my Azure board server. So right now, if you look here, this was the first one I downloaded, and you said that that wasn't the right one. So I've gone ahead to do the other one, which is that one right here. So then you come on here and you do Docker CP.
I'll copy
Yeah,
that. Okay.
yeah. So you
Then so that CP means you're copying that
yeah,
to that location there.
yeah. So
So that
when you
location is okay, go on.
sorry, I think I should have mentioned like another step. But basically when you do if you can quickly, I don't know if you've done this before, but if you can quickly do Docker PS, it would come up with your container ID. Because
Mm-hmm.
you need your container ID to put it in.
Okay, basically. Okay, I get what you're doing. So basically, once you do Docker PS, right?
Yeah,
It tells you the containers you've got.
yeah,
Then you copy the container number,
yeah,
and then so you're telling the system that I want you to copy this and put it in that container
yeah,
and that directory inside that container.
yeah, essentially.
Okay, cool.
Um, and then after you do that, obviously when you've got that name right here, so you've got Docker copy Adventure
Mm-hmm.
Works 2019, you put the container ID and you
Mm-hmm.
put that column and see this one right here, where you get that information from, it's from the Data Studio. So you go on restore
Okay.
and then you go on
Backup
backup
files.
files and then here you scroll down, I guess, to open the backups and then you
And then
copy
find it.
this. This is what you
Yeah,
copy.
yeah, 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 yeah.
um when you copy that you paste it sat on like next to it
Mhm.
without any space and then you click OK and then it downloads it copies into your data studio right here, which is what has happened here. So successfully copied
Mhm.
into that container and there, and therefore I was able to then get this which I need to like run it to see. So now it should appear here, that one.
That's fantastic. I really like it. Okay, have you tried to run any queries?
I ran the query for the last one, but I haven't run it for this one.
Okay, it should work anyway. Have you used that? Have you used SQL Server before?
Um, no. I mean, sorry, what do you mean by that? Sorry, I don't know the terms.
Have you used? Have you run a query before? No. Have you written any code on SQL?
Yes, just based off of when I was trying to download the thing, the Azure Data Board, I did get some
I
table.
mean, before you joined this Blue Sky, have you
Oh,
done?
Oh no, sorry.
What course did you do in uni? If I may ask?
I did Scots in English law, so nowhere close to IT.
I'm impressed with what you've done. So well done, honestly. Please, did you send me the link to both of them? Yeah.
I'll send you the link to the second video, which
Yeah.
used.
Please, if you could, that would be great. Thank you
AY,
very much,
AY,
Precious.
send
Now,
Precious, send your account number to AY too, because you are
uh,
teaching him now.
Ayo,
You will pay. Yeah,
You
the
see,
tutor is now with the learner.
who that's
so I,
Saviour, Abi. That's Saviour. Saviour,
yeah,
you are the
just
one
second.
that's supposed to send your
See,
account number because you are the one that has not used your Mac. I'm not
no,
complaining. I have a Windows PC that I'm using to teach you people. I'm not complaining, right?
you
My
see,
lesson will
what Precious
my
did
lesson
now.
will still go on without using a Mac. You are the one that your Mac is not working, and you are telling me to pay.
You
Is that
see,
Adeji that is telling you to
no,
pay?
Is
no,
Ayodeji?
I
Not
Don't
already
worry.
said
Savio.
to not
I
you.
will soon remove Ayodeji. I'll soon remove your co-host and mute you from here. So
Ayo, Ayo, you see where Precious, you see when she went back to the database and went down there to start that. Mine, I got to that stage and I went down, I couldn't find it. It was like blank, nothing.
okay, so she's got Precious. If you do, sorry, yeah, if you do not mind, every link you've used, every website you've visited, please send it. I would, you know what? I would say maybe I don't know when you're free. If you
Yeah.
could record the video as well, like you were doing it the first time, because trust me, you've solved the problem for me. For every class I've got, someone has a MacBook, and I've always told them, go and get something. And if this is going to work without them spending extra money, honestly, that is amazing. So thank you very much. If we have all the links, I would go through it myself. I can't promise when. Even the one you sent to me, I've not been able to look at it
Yeah.
because my week just went like that. But yeah, if you had extra time, you could do a video. But if not, send all the links to me, and I would, when I have free time, I would go through them. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. That's fine. I already have. I think there was an issue. There was a particular place that I did stumble.
Okay.
Um, and it was something to do with NPM, but I remember I had to download something called a node, NODE, in order to get that to work. And then after I downloaded that into my system, that NPM, whatever it is, started working. So, but that essentially
Um,
was close to videos.
that's Node. Let me see what you downloaded there. It's not actually Node. It's one sec, NPM. You said no NPM. Oh no, you actually know Node.js. Okay, so that is good, Precious. And please don't drop. Honestly, if you can do this, if you can start using your terminal now, and get comfortable with using the terminal, because actually, all of the codes we're gonna run on the SQL server, you could also run them inside the terminal.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. So you're not going to touch the SQL server itself. You run the code from the terminal. And this is what data engineers do because we don't have the time to start going to Hive or this or that. You can actually just run the code inside it. Everything we do is mostly based off the terminal, which is amazing. That's very good. And I'm glad that you didn't, it was a challenge and you took it on and you sorted it. Well done. Where are you based? Are you based in the UK or US? Because your accent looks like you're in the US.
Oh no, I'm actually in the UK. I'm in Scotland.
But this is not a Scottish accent.
I know, yeah, I didn't want one, so I never picked it up.
Okay, all right. Cool. Right, okay. Thank you. I'm going to start sharing now. And guys, we are going to start our lessons. So, no, this is not what I wanted. Stop. Again, the same, but the actual screen. Why is this thing misbehaving? Ah, they're not doing what I said. We know what to do. I know what to do. But so today, guys, we are going to start using our SQL server. We're going to start writing queries, and we will start from simple queries until we push it to the limit that we can get to in the short space of time that we have. Now, what I am going to do is this. Normally, the last class we had SQL for 4 weeks. Here we're going to do it for 5 weeks, and I'm going to let you guys fly for the rest of your classes. So we missed one class. After this one, I'm going to owe you 4 classes, and after those, you guys are going to be working almost independently. And trust me, okay, and that is the only way for me to prepare you guys for the future. And otherwise, I will be deceiving you, saying, oh, holding your hand through everything, where it's not as I know a few people. What's going on here? Can everyone see my screen?
Not yet.
No, I
No?
can't see anything.
Right, so I have a class where people are still, they are still saying, oh, we're not confident yet. We're still going to be doing training every time and all of that. And that kind of broke my heart, because people that came in after them have started working. Can you see my screen yet? Still no.
Yes, we can.
You
We
can
can see it. Yes, yes.
Okay, so why can't I see it here? This is ridiculous. Are you kidding me? Yeah. So that class felt like they weren't prepared, and that was a class I spent months trying to sort out. No, why is it sharing that screen? Ridiculous. Not that one, silly. Okay, so I wanted that screen. No, that one. Okay, fantastic. Okay. Okay, so it was a class that it felt like I held their hands too long, and then they felt like, oh, we're not ready. Meanwhile, the next class that we did only 4 or 5 weeks, we pushed them into the deep end. They managed to swim, and they are. If one of the person, like I said, Precious is her name. Precious didn't even get a job as a DA. She got a job as a DBA, database administrator. So for you to know that, if you want this, if you really want this, you're gonna get it. You are going to, and you're gonna get it like that. But then you need to work towards it, and I can't promise you that using kids glove or spoon feeding is the way to get it. It's not. It's a market out there, and everyone wants to get into it. So yeah, we'll do this for the next 4 weeks, and then you guys are going to be doing projects. I'm glad that you now know how to use your Tableau. You're using SQL. You're using SQL. You're using Excel and all of that. So, which is good. Now, starting us here. When you started working on Tableau, one of the things you did was to bring data. Your teacher must have provided data for you, probably in an Excel document, probably from a website, probably from what's it called now? A file. What's it called?
CSV.
CSV, a
Flat file.
Yeah,
Flat
flat
file.
file. Thank you very much. So probably from a flat file, and you've uploaded, and from there you started working, which is great. Here, you are the one that's going to source your own data. So That means if you can do this now, you can now work from end to end. Okay, you can go and find the data wherever it is. You know, because that data you saw on Excel, someone put it in there, didn't they? Either someone recorded it or someone got it from a server, okay, or from a database. Now you are going to go and query a database, get the data, take it onto Tableau, Power BI, Excel, whatever, and then do whatever you want to do with it. So that's you going from one end to the other end, and that's where you get your money from.
So before we go into, I just want to ask a question. Now,
yeah,
you're saying that now you use SQL, you go directly to get data where it's from, right? And when Precious was talking, because someone is teaching me Python too, so I'm learning one or two things here. How to go to APIs to go and get from the server directly to get.
You're not getting data from API here. Okay, so let me quickly, if you're using Python to get from APIs, what you're doing basically is this. You won't use Python for, so you work in an organization of 30, 40 people, and you do your daily transaction like a law firm, like a little bit of this thing. You're not going to use the Python, okay? You know, you have millions of records. You're not going to start using Python. If you're dealing with the Tesco's of this world, places where, how do I put it now? Where you are having, or let's say, Skybet, what's it called again? Bet 365.
Yeah.
Every football match that is played, do you know how many bets come in per second? Like, you've got hundreds of thousands and millions of records coming in like that, that no processor can process at real time, right? So there's like a kind of buffer. It buffers it, takes like a million record, buffers, and then pushes it on. Buffers, pushes it on. So you use Python to go and go to the API of whatever it is, the what's it called, vendor, to get their data. Okay. Again, to be fair, don't get me wrong. If I have to go to a colleague, well, another company now, like I was doing something this week, and someone said, "Oh, they have our data. Our data. They have So I think my company subscribed to some websites where they can monitor the footfall, how people click on the website, blah 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 blah, and they want to send us the data. So I said, you know what? I need all your API details, and you can bring in information to SQL Server with their APIs. You can, but because this is going to be 1,000 records a day, 500 records a day, I don't need to go and upscale to big data tools. So I don't know if what you're saying is exactly what I'm saying, but bringing in data is you're not taking in data from the API. Here with this one, and I'm hoping that you will be working with transactional databases. And what that means is this: say for example, Tesco, as you're shopping, right? A record is dropping in the database every time. So you see, Tesco, as before they sell to you, they would have gone to a vendor, an ERP, maybe like Microsoft Navision or something, and say, listen, we want a system whereby if our staff scan a product and the customer pays, then that record is written somewhere into a database. Okay, so that's what's happened. So these are usually, most companies, in fact, unless they are very crazy techie people, unless you work with what consultancies, most companies will buy ready-made ERP because that's the easiest thing to use. And that's been my experience. You buy the ERP. So you are coming in, your data is already in a database. And even that database, they create it for you. It's part of the product you've bought from them. So when Microsoft sells you Navision, they also, part of it, they have a database, because Navision must speak to something to write the data to. Now, once you've got your database and you've got all the tables, you can then on your own, then go and build a data warehouse of it. Some people don't. Some people just prefer to just go ahead and do whatever they want to do. I can tell you, and I won't mention the name of a company. This is being recorded. A company that does that, and I've told them one day they're gonna cry. Okay, but yeah, I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, you answered my question. I just wanted to know the limitations and the pros and cons of these
By all means, if
applications.
you know Python, Python is a language I think everyone should know nowadays. If you know Python, you can do so many things. And if you know Python and you want a contract, I can give you. I need someone to build a website for me now, actually, not because I don't have all the time, but if you know anyone that can build websites and they're tested and trusted, I've got funds for something to build. Please send them my way. Okay, so what I'm trying to say to you, if you can do Python, please don't let it go. Learn it with all your power. Okay, all right. So let us dive into our daily attack.
Sorry, can I just ask what you just opened? I don't seem to be able to find this. I downloaded everything.
At the top here, are you in this?
I've got I downloaded everything or SQL Server 22 configuration. Is that where I go into?
No. So open this at the bottom and type SSMS, and you can see something like this.
SSMS.
Can you see this?
Okay. Yes.
Now open it.
Yes.
Is it open?
I can just see the black screen where it says Server Management Studio. It's just opening now.
Okay. I'll give you a few seconds. If it doesn't open, let's know that you can share your screen.
No, it's opened.
Okay, and it says connect.
Should I press connect? SQL Server connect, yeah?
Yeah. Has it connected?
Yes.
Cool. Now, once it's connected, you probably have stuff like this. Now,
I've got,
you see databases, click the plus, and you should drop down these two databases there.
Yes.
Can you see?
Yes.
On Tabulous. Okay, so let's start. Now, to write a query, you start from here. New query. Can you see? Boom. New query. And then I can do whatever I want to do here. Whatever. Go away. Please don't change my. Okay. Enter. Again. Enter. Again. Enter. Whatever. And then once I'm done with my query, I can go here. File. Save as. And then change the name into any location, just as you would with your Word document or Excel document. Okay, let's get out of the way. Now, the first thing I want you guys to do, now you can see that my own query, everyone type just rubbish here, random rubbish. You can see mine is numbered, all of mine numbered, number 1 to 14. Yeah, you can see that. Okay, now why do I tell people to, if I do this now, it's going to tell me, look, you've got an error. Why? State 1, line 3. There's an error on the line 3. Okay, so that helps to know where your error is when you've written the code. Now, how do I get there? Go to tools, go to options. I won't waste too much time on this. Please, I hope you're following. It's recorded anyway. If you miss it, tools, options. With options, you scroll down to text editor and then select text editor and then open the side next to it, that little arrow. Yeah, once you open that little arrow, all of this comes up. Select transact SQL, transact SQL, transact SQL, and then you see yours is not checked here, line numbers. Then you click line numbers. Okay, and then what else? Open, you see this transact SQL on the side, there's another side arrow to it. Open it, check IntelliSense, and make sure that your IntelliSense is enabled. What that's going to do for you is when you're typing something and it can sense that this is what you're typing. So for example, you want to type precious and you've done it will bring out the rest of it for you and say, is this what you're looking for? If anyone writes C# codes, you will notice that when you're writing codes, it prompts you with, or when you want to write your console write line and you do a CW or you do a CO, it brings everything out for you. Okay. All right, cool. I'll say that one more time. If you do not have those numbers, you go on tools, options, and then you scroll on the side here to text editor. Text editor, open the arrow beside it, and then you see transact SQL. On the click on the transact SQL is okay. So this is what you see at first. If you click on the transact SQL itself, that's where you enable the line numbers. But if you drop down the arrows of the transact SQL, that's where you see IntelliSense. Okay. Now, if you like, you can go and make changes to your own options and do much more than that. That's entirely up to you. Just make sure that whatever you do, you can use it, because this is now you personalizing your own stuff. I can't change it for you. Okay, so now that we've done that, few things we need to understand. Right, if I want to work on any database, I can choose it here. So let's see, how many databases do we have here? 2 here. But then there are system databases. This one's come with the system already. So these are inbuilt with the server. So 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6. So I should have 6 databases here in total. So if I come here, then I should be able to count 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fantastic. I know the remaining 4, they are default databases. Default system databases, and the first 2, they are mine. So if I am going to work in a database called Boom IT Trading, I'm just going to select it. Okay. Or what Precious was doing there and I thought was cool, Precious said,
Sorry, can I ask a quick question? Sorry.
please.
Underneath my Boomi Trading, I have DW configuration, DW diagnostics, and DWQ. Is that not meant to be there because it's not in yours?
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can see I'm typing Boom IT. It's Boom IT, by the way. I'm typing Boom IT. IntelliSense, I said, is that what you want? Yes. Okay. I'm going to use tab to select it. Okay. So this is what Precious was doing the other time. And I thought, Precious, you've got this very quickly, you know, and then use Boom IT Trading. Go. See what's going to happen. If I run this query, it's going to change that straight away. Now watch, execute. Boom. It changes it to Boom IT. If I want to use this AdventureWorks, if I say use AdventureWorks 2017, IntelliSense brings it out for me, and I use a tab and I go execute. It brings AdventureWorks for me and it says I've completed it successfully. Okay, so that's number 1 step. Number 2, I want you to see your server. This is your server. This is the name of your server. This is the name we created when we're installing your server, right? In your server is your database, right? In your database are tables. I'm going to explain what each of them mean one after the other. Now, in the real world, there is a server, okay? But for our class and for you, your personal business, your personal self, your server is your computer. Your server is what is hosting, where everything you're hosting is sitting, and it's sitting inside your computer. Inside your computer, there's a little server. That server carries all the databases that we have restored, that we've installed into it. Okay? And inside that database, the database sits as a filing cabinet. No. Yes, actually. It's a filing cabinet. Yes. Okay, so this is me. I like to, when I teach, I want you to have a visual understanding of what we are doing here. So please don't go and quote me and say, go for an interview and say, they say, what do you say? Our database is a filing cabinet. They will fail you. This is just for illustration purposes, right? So your In your computer, you have your filing cabinet. And in those filing cabinets, you're going to be storing, you're going to have sections. So this section is going to contain, this is saying databases, right? That's a database. That's a database. This is one of the cabinets, and that cabinet is going to contain everything that belongs to AdventureWorks. For example, you are now in a school and you are now going to the science department. Everything you'll find in the science department contains everything you do in science. You then go to the geography department. Everything you find in that building belongs to geography. You then go to whatever, a P, modeling. What's it called now? Nowadays, influencers department, and then everything you find there, they're gonna be doing. I don't know. There should be a course in university doing influencing now, because university like to cash in on stuff like that. Excuse me. Anyway, so having said that, let's now go to this database, or what I call my science department. When I open it up, say, oh, there are items in here. Oh, there are tables, there are views, there are external resources, synonyms, programmability, service broker, storage, security. Okay, everything that comes with science department or that storage facility. Okay, so that's that one. This one too has it, which is great. Okay, so let's dive into one. All of these items, they are called database objects, DBO, database object security, and all of them have their subsections. Now, I'm not going to bore you with all of those when we don't need them. So I will take them step by step. Fantastic. If I'm talking too fast, slow me down. Don't slow me down. I will try to beat my record of talking fast. So by the end of this lesson, I probably will go until someone says slow down. Okay, I was joking about that. Okay, all right, cool. So now we are in this database, science department. Okay, my illustration. Now in this department, we now have a place where we store items, like the library. Boom. Ooh, look at tables. What are tables? And it will surprise you. My layman explanation of a table is an Excel document. You're crazy. What does that mean? Okay, so I will show you something just now. Look at this is an Excel document. Open a blank sheet. Okay, so look, this is name, this is phone number, this is city, this is sales, this is whatever. Okay, and this then is a file used by Precious all the time. Or let us say this is now our library document, right? And this spreadsheet belongs to everything done in the library. So I'm going to save as library underscore, I don't know how to spell, for God's sake, library underscore fiction. Ooh, that means this document is for the fiction part of the library. Okay, I've spelled as faction. God. Okay, guys, I can spell. Okay, sometimes my brain works faster than my hand, or whether it's my hand that works faster than my brain, I don't know. But either way, if I spell anything wrong, please just ignore me. Okay, so this is that. Where's my SQL server gone? Silly thing. Come here. Come back here. You silly thing. Okay, so I have likened tables I've likened tables to Excel. What does that mean? A table just means a place where I can store data in rows and columns. Yeah, rows and columns. This thing is not moving. Can you imagine? Columns. Okay, that's just it. And I'll prove that to you in a second. Okay, now let us open anything here. I'm going to open person.person. If I right click here and I say select top 10,000, see what it does. Boom. And I'll tell you why it's called a table in a minute. Look, it's giving me records in rows and columns. But if you're not satisfied with what I've done, I'm just going to copy all of these and I'll take it back to my Excel document. Where's my bloody Excel document? It's gone again. Okay, let's open this Excel and dump that data here. And magic. Look at all it does is just look. All that data was stored as rows and columns. And there you go. There you have it. Okay, so everything we had about tables, yeah, rows and columns. Everything here are just informations about the department in the human resources area, employees, employee department history, employee pay history, job candidate shifts, address, address type, business entity, password, person, blah 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 blah. Okay, I'm gonna take a little pause there and ask if anyone has a question so far before I take it to the next bit. Fantastic. No question. That means either I'm a very bad teacher or you guys don't want to talk. Either way, we crack on. Okay, wait. Who is asking a question? Please, someone ask me a question. Who is Edisana? Is Edisana supposed to be in this class? Edisana, are you meant to be in this class? This is a DA class, by the way. If you're not meant to be here, you can just leave the breakout. You can leave this breakout room. I wasn't sure.
I'm a DA.
Your idea?
Yes, I am.
Hey, this man, you went to sit in the other room there. You're chairman. Are you teaching us there? Should we come and join you?
No, I'm listening to you. I'm following you.
Wait, were you? Oh, wait, how does this work? You were able to hear me from that room as well?
Completely, yes.
Fantabulous. Okay. Maybe because the other guys have not joined. Okay. All right. Okay, let's crack on. Fantastic. Okay, so guys, so this is what it is so far. Now let's break things down. If you notice how this has been written, and please don't worry about the codes for now. Let me take another one here. And I'm going to introduce something very quickly so that you, from today, can start writing a code. Eee! Fantastic. Some of you already know how to write this thing, so let me just... Okay, now notice how this is written first of all. Okay, I will take it from the bottom all the way to the top. Look, it's saying employee. Then there's a dot. Then there's human resources. Then there's a dot. Then here comes the name of our database again. Ooh la la. So what that means is this. Whenever you're trying to reference a table that you're getting information from, you have to write it in this format. Where did that? First of all, you have to write whatever from the name of the database name, dot schema. I'll explain what the schema is now. Dot actual table name. You know what I said about a table? A table is just a record. It's just a document where you have rows and columns of data. Yeah. Data stored in rows and columns. That's it. Okay. And look, This is actually the name of the table that we're interested in. It's an employee table. In here, you find all the employees that we have in our company. But then human resources, I called it a schema. Now, what is a schema? A schema is actually your filing cabinet. Now, on that sub layer, let's break down there. Database name. This is Database School of Science. Yeah. And then the schema is now, or let's say, okay, let me not mix things up. Let's break this down as little as we can, okay? So you are now in your library. This is library, okay? Precious's library, okay? Precious library, we've gone into Precious library, and in Precious library, you have different schemas. Basically, you have different sections of a library. You're going to have the fiction, non-fiction. You're going to have the, okay, I'm not English. Hey, Precious, you said you read English, so you should know all this. What are the different departments in the library? Fiction, non-fiction, what else?
There's bibliographies.
Thank you. Go on.
I don't know, they're newspapers or media.
Newspaper, media, okay, what else?
You can have it for
Science.
subject, science, yeah.
It's not science, it's sci-fi. They call it, is it science? Okay. You know people that don't go to the library. Okay, this is where we know people that don't use the library. Okay, everybody on mute and tell me one. Which one did you say?
I said science. Okay, sci-fi. Let me pick sci-fi.
You think you're in secondary school? Okay. You think you're in high school? It's not. Elsie, which one do you know? Tell me when last you went to the library. We would know today. Ayo, Alonge, tell me. Tell me one. Edison, tell me one. Femi, tell me one. Mark, Mary. See, all of them are hiding now. Okay, we know people that go to the library and people that don't. Okay, all right, let's keep it that way. She has already told us a few things. Bibliography. Is it bibliography you said or biography? Mary wants to say something. Go on, Mary. Show them you've got
Dictionary.
Sorry?
Dictionary.
What?
Diction.
Dictionary.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get angry with you. Please, is there a section in the library that says dictionary? Anybody?
Yeah, it
No.
depends on where.
Yeah.
Actually, it depends on what type of dictionary you're after. You could get a medical dictionary, languages dictionaries.
Yeah,
So
there is. Yeah.
Okay, Mary, you're lucky. Precious came to save you there. Okay, well, you guys can already tell most of us don't use the library, which is, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, because anyway, well, the good thing is this is 21st century. Anything you want, you can get it from your computer here, which is great. Okay, religion, Ayo, religion. Ayo, are you a pastor? Ayo sent me a direct message. He said we'll find religion. It's true, actually. You'll find religion. Why are you saying no as if it's a curse to be a pastor? See your nose, see how long it is. Okay, I prophesied today that you will be a pastor. Everybody say amen to Ayo being a pastor.
Big amen.
Amen.
Ayo, behold your church members. Okay,
I'll be the treasurer.
You'll be the treasurer, Abi. Good. We need people to collect off.
Before you go further, please, can you give us, like, I know you're giving examples for us to understand. Can you, like, give us proper definitions for this thing?
No, you go and find it for yourself. I swear to you. Look, honestly, okay. I will also, okay, in my words, you will hear the proper definition. Okay, it's not as if I'll keep you in the dark, but you will need to, if you went to, this is a course that people do for university for a whole year. Part of if you go and do, I can't remember what course you do, but they'll teach you this for like a whole term, a whole semester, and that's like 3 months. or 4 months, and you do exams and anything around it. So I don't, so if I'm going to teach you all the theory, we will not live here. Okay, I will tell you, I'll tell you the names. Okay, and if there is a definition for it, I'll tell you the definition for it. But the best way to understand it is to use examples and to use illustrations. So
Yeah.
please, if
Yeah,
there's a
follow.
definition, trust me, I'll give it to you. Okay, or I'll tell you, or we'll Google it together. Okay, so basically what we're saying is this, right? A schema is just a section where we kind of partition our data to reflect what they represent. Now, if you notice the dots in front of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you see everything here is human resources. That tells me that the schema here is human resources. That means everything I'm looking for in human resources, these are the tables in human resources: department, employee, that one, employee pay history, job candidate, shift. Okay, if I want to see what is happening in production, I say, oh, I want to see the products that we sold today. Oh, okay, where would I go and find it? Well, go into the database and find the schema, find the section where you have production. Under production, you then find the different tables there. So look at production. See, production dot, production dot, production dot, dot, dot. So basically, how you write your query is the database name, the schema name, and the table name. Okay. Thank you, Mary, for the definition. Please, if anyone can be doing that while we go on, that's fine. Although, trust me, no one is going to ask you this in an interview. Okay. And this is why I don't bother with all this theory. Okay. I'd rather you explain to me in an interview how things work than for you to define it to me. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So, see the name of the table, the name of the database, which is that, the name of the schema, which is that, the name of the table. Now, I have seen people write queries like this as well. Taking this off. Is this going to work? Anyone? Do you think this is going to work?
No.
Yeah, I think it will work, but
Yeah,
it can
yeah,
draw
it's gonna
from
work.
different
I'll
sources.
tell you why it will work. I'll tell you why. Because here at the start, we've switched it to AdventureWorks. So it already knows that this and this should be found in AdventureWorks. It should work. Go away. It should work. Go away.
But
Jesus. It should work.
Ayo, what
Yes.
if you have this same schema and the same table somewhere else in another file, can it draw from? You say what?
So if he has what this
That
table in
same schema, yeah, and that same schema and table, like
that happens all the time. It happens all the time, but then if it is on the right place here, it is going to work.
Okay.
If it's on the wrong one and you do it, you'll be giving Omoba to Oshun. I don't know if you people that are Igbo people, if you cannot understand it, or also people here. I hope there is no what
We'll
that
put
means
left
is
to
that
right, right to left.
you're giving the son of Shango to Amadioha. There will be trouble. That's what I'm saying. Okay. How do we move forward from here? Now, please note how it is written. Now, because this is the actual database, this is going to work because it knows that, look, I'm going to go and look for it here. However, if I switch this up and I put that there and I run this, look, it's already telling me, it's already giving me squiggly lines to say, look, this is not going to work. So I say to people all the time, and the best, the way to do it, what's that word called now? Best practice, always specify. So now, look, it doesn't matter if Boom IT Trading is here. As long as I do the right thing here, it's going to pick it up. It's going to ignore that at the top and say, well, you've specified the database and the schema and the table That exactly is what I'm going. Ayo made a very good comment right now, because there will be sometimes you're working with something similar, okay? And if you don't specify or you don't do it properly, you've picked another one, you could be presenting the wrong report, which is not right. Anyway, no one is gonna. I'm sure you at some point when you know what you're doing properly now, you won't be making such mistakes again. Okay, having said that, now let's go back. I started from the hard part. Let's take it back to the easy one now. Now, if I wanted to write a query now, I am going to do select. Select means I want you to pick a column from the table. We already know what a table is. That's where you have records of your data in rows. No. Go away from my office and don't come back. Bye.
Question.
No questions. Bye.
Please.
Bye. What's the question? I'm not giving you sweets.
Can maybe I have a push button for movie night?
No.
But it's movie night.
Okay. No.
When you're picking phone.
Bye. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Okay. So, select means look. Okay. So you see, this is the data. You can see that, and we have rows and columns, records. So I want to say select. So actually, I can select just one column, 2 columns, 3, or I can select everything together. Okay. So I can say select. To select everything together, instead of typing the column names one after the other, I can just say select star from VentureWorks dot human resources dot employees. What is this going to do? It's going to give you, if I scroll over this, you can see it's telling me you're selecting all the columns in that table. Boom. Okay, it does that for us. Fantastic. Let's make this bigger a bit. Okay. So in that case, then, what if I do not want to select star? And I'll tell you this, guys, it's not a good practice to select star when you join a company, because most of the tables you're going to be working with, they're going to be transactional tables. Some of them are still being written into while you're querying the database. Like, go and work for the Sainsbury's of this world, the Tesco's of this world, American Gulfs. People are buying stuff by the minute, and you're writing into that database, and you go and click select star. You're going to create a bottleneck. Okay, there's a way around it. There's something called use no lock. With no lock, that's gonna ignore what's being written in at the moment. But anyway, that's advanced stuff. You don't need to know that now. However, I'll give you another way to look at things. Why would I want to do a select star in the first place? If I'm looking at a table for the first time, I want to know the kind of data that is inside. Look, here it says person.address. We know that it's an address, but we don't even know what's inside it. How is the data written? Is one column for postcode? Is another column for the house number and stuff? Okay, so it's very easy to say select star to look at it, and when you see select star, it then shows you everything. Okay, which is great. But I did say best practice, if they are big tables that contain millions of records, you don't want to do select star. It's going to take time to bring in all the data, and especially if it's a live online, if that transaction, if the table is being written into live, then you're going to have a big massive problem. Okay, so I can select all the columns, or I can select just one that I need. So here I'm going to select national ID number. Now, to select the next column, I need to separate it with a comma. I'm going to select job title. Separate with a comma. I'm going to select marital status. Separate with a comma. I'm going to select the birth date. Separate with a comma. And I'm going to select gender. And I'm done. So basically, I need just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. And now if I run this, instead of bringing star, which is everything, it just brings 5 columns. See? So
Does it always need to be written with capital letter first?
no, you can write like Donald Trump. This is
Ayo, Ayo,
please don't tell me you like Donald Trump because I'll kick you.
Ayo.
That man is the worst human being in this world. And this is how he writes. I don't know. How can the president write like this? Can you imagine? That guy's an idiot. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for Donald Trump lovers here. That's why I always ask, is there any American here? Because I always abuse them. How can you open your eyes and let this idiot become a president? Anyway, sorry. Someone was going to ask a question.
Yeah, I was going to ask you a quick one. Yeah, so you were saying like getting familiar with the data first, right? So is there a way, like, you know, if the data is live, so is there a way that one can just
Ayo, you always jump the gun. Why are you like
because
me? Why are you like all Ayo? See,
I'm just thinking ahead.
Ayo Alonge is representing us right now because it's chill. All Ayos are always like that. We're always jumping the gun. It's not right. We need to be patient, okay? Chill. Okay. I'm the one that said his problem, right? Wait for me to give you the solution to the problem. Yeah? Ayo, chill. Okay, guys. So you guys now see that we can select everything and we can select 2 or 3 or 4 or however many. Okay. Now, note, guys, that when I was doing my selection, I have lined them up in a straight line. And someone will say, maybe it's my OCD kicking in. That's not OCD. And I'm glad to tell you, I don't even have an OCD. Girls, Danielle, please, can you get me the charge of my MacBook? It's in my room, please, quickly. Thank you. Yes. It finishes at 8:30, 8:45. 8:45. I can't finish earlier. 8:30, 8:45. We'll go anyway. Don't worry. We'll get there late and then leave late anyway. Yeah?
Which one is it, Dad?
The MacBook, the big white one. Guys, sorry. Yes. It's on my phone. Check my text. Okay. So, what was I saying? Right. So I have put this on a straight line, and people may wonder why. And guys, when you go to your office, you see people write the codes like this. And listen, as long as you separate it with a comma, it's gonna work. Okay. However you want to write yours. Jesus Christ, this child. The only thing she knows how to collect from me is money and sweets. Okay. Give me 1 sec.
I really don't have these data displaying under the sheet. Like I didn't know how you loaded it up there. I mean,
Mark, 1 second. Mark, give me 1 second. Mark, what was the question again? Mark, go ahead.
I said these the data that you are filtering or trying to align in columns and in rows. Anyway, I don't know how you brought them out to the page that we are viewing it right now, because I don't have it on my own yet.
Do you have adventure?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I wrote a query. I wrote select star. Okay, see, come here to it. This is human resources. Right click.
Yeah.
And just select top 100. Okay, you're gonna have the data. Okay.
Okay.
It's gonna help you like this. Okay?
So, thank you.
Cool. So, see, as long as you separate columns with comma, it will work. But the problem is this. I'm gonna make a mistake here. This is a deliberate mistake. It tells me that there is a problem in line 4. And line 4 contains 1 column, 1 column, 1 column, another column, another column. And God help you, there's also a case statement. Case where gender equal to male. Then good fellas. Else you lied, whatever. And okay, case when. Okay, so now I've written something here as whatever. Okay, I've written something else here, and I've written my code. Boom, there is a problem here. What's the problem? We don't know. Well, it says something is wrong, but then I've got so many things on one line. How do I know where to go to? Which one it is? I know this one is saying job title, that you can actually see it there, but in reality, you may not actually see what the problem is. It may not be as easy as this one name here. Okay, so I would say best practice, line them up. And there's so many reasons why you should line them up, because they're going to work for you at some point when we start doing what's it called, joins. Now let's run this again. Boom. Now it says there is a problem on line 5. Straight away I know line 5, yeah, you are my problem. Okay, that's the only thing sitting in line 5. I can easily identify what the problem is. Okay, put that there, we're done, fixed. Boom. Yeah. Okay, now if I didn't do it that way, if I had written them on a straight line, there could have been problem and I do not know where to solve it. So that's one of the reasons why I say use best practice. Now, again, another reason why you want to do it is if you want to make changes to this, I can just do a control shift and this and say, you know what, employee dot, and see, I have made changes to everything. All of a sudden, is accepting it. Yeah. Work. It's not gonna work. What is your problem? This one, yeah. See, I've made changes to everything in one line, in one go. And I can take all the changes out in one go as well. Look, you may not understand this until you start doing joins. Once you've written your code and then you're going back to put your alias there, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so guys, best practice, I think this is the best way. Okay. Now, when you meet people, because programmers also, backend developers, one of the things you teach them is how to write queries in their program in uni. Okay, so they know how to write SQL, but you can tell when a programmer writes a SQL and when a data person writes SQL language queries. Okay, a programmer would write theirs in a straight line like that. And why? That is not the bulk of their job. That's just, they don't care about this bit. Okay, they're just writing it as a code. You know that this matters to you. This is the data you're looking for. This is the end product for you, or the starting product, whatever it is. Okay, anyway, so that's that on that. Okay, I'm gonna give a few seconds for you guys to take this in and ignore my case statement here. Just look at it. Okay, now this is the time for someone to bring out their laptops. If you're using a Mac, if you're using a phone, and practice. I'm gonna give 2 minutes for you to practice. Write a code, anything. Okay, use any of the tables, production, sales. So this is our sales. Oh, by the way, before we go, I did say, okay, for example, now let me go to oh, I could have more than one query on one page as well. So I could do select star from sales dot sales order. I'm writing like Donald Trump again, sales order details Now, if I want to run this query, I'm just going to select the one I want and execute. Wait, sales order. What's your problem? Okay, AdventureWorks is and boom, IT trades in there. AdventureWorks 2017 sales that okay. Sales order details. Detail. Okay, that should work. Okay, so look, this has got 317 records, 121,317 records, right? Okay, now because, for example, what Ayo said earlier on, this is a transactional, this is online, it's been written into, if I write select star, it's going to try to bring in like 4 billion records in one go, which is going to create 20 minutes. It's going to hold the queue. The new one can't write into it. The old one can't continue what it is, and then we have to reboot the entire server, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to come here and say select top 5 star, select top 50 star, select top 100 star. Okay, and look, how many can you see in one page anyway? Even if you are done select star, it will only show you what you can, what this page here can see. Only this from this place to this place, which is about 30 odd records. So why couldn't I just say, you know what, select 10? If you select 10 of it, it's going to give you a snapshot of what the data looks like. Now I can see that, oh, sales order ID, numbers, this one, numbers, this one, string, numbers, 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 and this one is row grid, and this one is date, and so on and so forth. So if you're having live system and you want to just have a feel of what the data is like, do a select top 10, top 5, whatever, and you get away with that. Okay. Okay, next bit is this. I now need to show you, and Ayo, you may understand this because you've been doing programming, what I call data types. Okay, data types. There are different types of data types, and if you have been doing programming or any bit of thingy, you would know that the data types, they're integers, you have strings. However, strings in SQL Server is called characters or variable characters, varchar or nvarchar strings. Okay, so anything that is in words would always be either in varchar, nvarchar, or char characters. Okay, okay. There are other data types. For example, there's date, e.g. 01, 01. Okay, and there is date time. And if you look at this one here, you can tell this is date and time. Okay, it's different from date. So please be aware of that. Okay, there's date and date time. I already know what the problem, what I'm trying to do. I hate typing. Okay, so let me just open this for you. You see different data types. See, when I open the columns, it tells me, look, business entity ID, that column is integer. This one is nvarchar. This one is nvarchar. This one is hierarchy ID. This one is small integer. Nvarchar. This one is date. This one is n character. Nchar just means it's a small character. It's maybe something you use n for, or when you say bits, zeros and ones, you can use nchar because it's small, or tiny integer 1 and 0. Okay, so this one is nchar. This one is higher date. This one is salaried flag. This is a bits or zeros or 1 up or down. On or off. Okay, vacation hours integer, flag, unique identifier, date time. Okay, guys, you are going to be needing the concept of data type and why. For example, I want to add data into any of my table. For example, say I want to create, excuse me, I want to create a new record here, and then I say, oh, number 11, I put Sonia here. Then it's going to kick off and say to me, when you created this table, you said to me that I will be your only wife. Okay, now you're going to bring someone else in. That's not going to happen. Okay, sorry, shouldn't have used that example. So basically, you said I am integer, but now you're trying to put Sonia. Sonia is a character. It's not going to work. It's going to kick off. Okay, so concept of data type. So when you're looking at your table, you need to know what the data types are, because sometimes, please note, sometimes I could create a date as a character. So I could say, you know what, this is going to be a date table, but the actual data inside it, I am creating it myself. Okay, it's not going to be the data type date or date time. It's just going to be a string. I'm going to write it as a string. Okay, so when we get to joining tables, this is what happens most of the time, and that caught me out a few times when I started. I'm looking at, oh, I can join this table to this table on their common columns, but unfortunately this column here of sales order ID of this guy is written as an integer, and that one there was written as a variable character, and I've tried to connect the two of them together, and it's kicking off saying, dude, you can't join both of us together because we don't belong to the same thing. Okay, are we on the same page? I'm going to give another few seconds for you to take this in. Data types.
Ayo, quick
Yes,
one.
sir.
Yeah, I'm not doing programming. That's to get that one out of the way. I'm just learning, like, if you
did
just
Python. Python. Well, you know data type now. You're gonna need programming language you write. You're gonna need data type.
yeah. So that you don't think I'm ahead or anyway, no. So secondly, I was trying to I noticed that when you align all these characters, right? So you left a space ahead in front. So I intentionally did not leave a space for the part of the national identity. If you notice, you aligned, you make sure they were straight.
Which one? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
What is the implication for that?
So this one, right? Like this.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know when I change things from the top, from the bottom.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm going to add something here. See,
Okay.
the time I go on this one, you see that one is out of.
Okay.
You don't need to. You don't need to. You can finish what you're doing here and then go here and do it at the back of this one. It doesn't make any difference. So
Just
for me,
make
it's
it
just
faster.
okay. I did say I didn't have an OCD. So this is where my own OCD kicks in. I have to put it here so I can do everything in one go. Sorry. Someone logged me out. How dare they? Can you imagine? They didn't know that we are data people here. They don't know that we can take all their names and kick them out of the Zoom. Anyway, right. Okay. So I've just been adding a few people into this group. If you do not belong to this group, please, you can just go back to the breakouts, the thingy, the common space, and then join your group. So this is data analysis, business intelligence analysis group, or data analysis. So if you're not meant to be here, please don't waste time here. Your class is starting about now. It's 8 o'clock. Okay, so we're going to crack on. Thank you. I think I know has moved out. Okay.
You know, all the sequence you wrote, Ayo, will it work without the commas as well?
Which one? You mean this one?
Yeah, will it work without the commas?
There's only one way to find out if you want. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, it's already kicking off. It will not work. Why? Because the only way to separate one column from the other column is with the use of a comma. And now I can put all my commas in one group because I've aligned it properly, and boom, it should work now. Okay. So see, national ID is a column. Then I separate the next column with a comma. Then I separate the next column with a comma. Then I separate the next column with a comma, and so on and so forth.
And there's no comma before national ID because it's the first column.
It is the first one, yes.
Okay.
And there won't be any comma after the last one.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You are welcome. Everyone happy on this page? Fantastic. Okay, so when you're quiet, it means it's good. Okay. Okay, that's me being silly. Honestly, guys, you can always stop me. Hey, they've taken our video off. Can you imagine? Okay, maybe they were watching us that time. So does it mean that
I'm sorry, I think it was because I reclaimed host. Sorry about that.
hey, how dare you? You have
No, your recording is still recording. Don't worry, it's recording.
No, I was joking. Don't mind me, I was joking. Okay. How do I so what has it given me? What name has it given me now? One sec, let me see. I can't find me now. Okay, I think I found you. Okay, make me a co-host, please.
Are you please, can you go over the VACHA and the ICHA again?
You are a co-host. You see, sorry, you're a co-host already. I think you guys did not just go into the breakout room. That's what
No, we didn't go into the breakout room. I was in the breakout room.
Don't mind Ayo. Ayo saw it and she didn't say anything. Now
but I thought we were all here, like, because I met everybody here. Everybody
you tell us, you're supposed to be the admin on this thing, and you.
No, I thought it was intentional.
Ayo, don't worry.
I thought it was.
I know how to catch you very soon. I'm not.
Ayo, don't let Nalga fire you.
I'm not co-host yet. We're still saying that I'm not co-host.
Hold on, let me make Teach a co-host.
Yes, it's Teach, yeah.
Yeah, okay, fine. So do you people want to jump into your
so wait, so you people have been listening to us since all the people in the other department, you pay also. Yeah?
That one is small thing now. Do you know who we are? Do you know who we are in this
we are DA. We are DA. Don't mess with us. So. Okay. All right, guys, let us all join our group, our rooms, please. Very quickly, everybody. If you can join the DA group, that would be great.
Will the recording continue, Ayo?
I hope so.
I think the recording might break or something. I don't know.
Okay. I'm sorry about that, guys. This is the first time of creating a breakout room on this place, and I didn't do it, so I do apologize. You may get your videos in 2 this week, so please bear with us.
You know what to do about that, right?
Don't mind him. Give him. I'm coming for him. It's fine. All right. Everybody join the DA. If you're for DA, please join DA group now. Thank you. Please, guys, if you know anybody in that room that still needs to be here, please, can you quickly message them to join us, please, while I am answering Ifeoma's question, because I taught you people varchar and integer. Ifeoma says she heard when I said hicha or ivarchar. Ifeoma. Ifeoma, I heard what you said. Where did you hear it from?
I turned it to Igbo.
Now you say one Mr. Ayo taught us Ivacha or Malicha or something. Don't put
Comma is very double.
Oh God!
Don't put me into trouble, though. Please. We are still 10 on the group, guys. I think we were about 12 or 15 before, so I think there's still a few people missing.
I'm checking the breakout room, and
I don't know
I can't find anyone that should be here. That is not here.
Okay. Who is this Abdul Ghaffar? Is this my Ghaffar person?
I think we are good.
We're good to go, yeah?
Yeah. And the recording did not break, so yeah.
It didn't break.
No, it didn't.
That is amazing. That's fantastic. That's actually very good. Okay, cool. Right, I'll crack on. So, if you're basically every data you have, right? Look, 1, 2, 3, they're just integers. Yeah, integers. I am going to school. These are sets of characters. These are strings, right?
I don't think you are sharing your screen.
Oh my God. Apologies for that. Can you see it now? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
we can
1,
see
2,
it.
3, they are integers, they're numbers. Yeah. Okay. And so when this table was being created, I will specify that I want you to make this column an integer. And every day, every time of the year, it will only take numbers. If you try to write into this column and you put I am, it will kick off and tell you, I'm not having it. When I was created, I was told I would only accept numbers. Now I won't take strings. Okay, strings, okay, are just letters. When you have letters in SQL, we call them varchar or nvarchar or car, or in your own word, varchar. You can call it, if you want to remember it with that, that's fine. Just do not say it in an interview because they will call security to hold you back. They won't even say that, they will say they should detain you and ask you where you went to school for this thing. And I don't want someone to come and arrest me in my house. So please, it's not varchar. It's varchar, nvarchar, and car. And there's ncar as well. Anyway. Okay, so again, I'm going to take a random one here, which is a column that's got a few stuff. And let's see the columns. So look, integer, tiny integer, date time, tiny integer, flag, a bit. So a flag is when you say something is yes or no, zeros or ones. So that's basically what it is. Again, nvarchar, you can see it here, nvarchar, integer, int, varchar, int, money. That's another data type. There's money, there's float, and there is decimal. So actually, those last three will do the same thing. So if you want to write money, money is written in decimal anyway. You do it there. But the problem is if you write decimal, you may think how many decimal places. But if you write money, it already knows that money is just 2 decimal places all the time. Why is he saying our breakout session will close? Ayo, can you see that? Ayo.
We can see it.
Guys, I'm trying to close, but I already canceled it anyway.
Okay, cool. All right. So I shouldn't worry about it.
No.
Fantastic. Okay, let's back on there. Why is this here? Okay. Okay. So if your mind is that, are you okay with everything? Data types. I can't hear anyone again.
Yeah, I think I can hear you though.
Okay, if are you happy?
My God, what's going on?
You kicked,
Can you see it now?
us out of our data analysis.
Okay, we are back. Please, Aya, if you get me admin right. So okay, yeah, I've got it. That's cool. We'll wait for a few more people to join. I think the error was from their own end, and I think they've sorted it. So let's just wait for others to join us.
It's still gonna break out because it's still counting down.
On your side, it's not counting down. It's still counting down. Yeah, it's counting down again. I don't know what's happening.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. In 30 seconds.
Should I just pause the recording or something?
Yes, please. So have you? Fantastic. Thank you. All right. So guys, so these are the data types. There's money. Like I said, money knows is just 2 decimal places. The remaining ones you can create as many data decimal places you want. So yeah, let's now do a few cool things with our data. So we now can go into So now everyone knows how to query a database. Basically, this is it. Every query you're going to write from today for the rest of your life in data is going to start with select. Well, okay. Let me say, sometimes when you want to do some cool stuff, you don't have to do select, but your query is going to contain select. And even if you're going to do cool stuff, you always start with select and then wrap the cool stuffs around your select statements. So I'm going to do select star from AdventureWorks sales sales order header. Okay, and I'm going to do execute. Just going to bring all the records, 31,000. Now let's look at a few things here. Now I'm going to bring a few columns in and mess about with them. No, actually, you know what? Let's use sales order detail. No, let's use sales order header. No, actually, let's use this. Right, okay. So you can see that we have sales order ID. Select sales order ID. Select order quantity. Order QTY. Select unit price. Why is my thinking not working? Yeah, no, sales order detail. Yeah. Okay. Select line total and select modified. Okay, so let's just take a few of these items. Let's take product ID as well. Not that we need it, but let's just product ID. First, quickly, let's do a quick win here. Now, if I can change the name of a column. See, if I don't want to see this as order quantity, I can give it an alias, and I just say as quantity. Please take note of that. I can change the name, the final output. This is the name it has in the database. If I want to represent it as another name on the output, I can do that there. As my product number. See? Now, if I run it, that's going to change to quantity. That's going to change to my product number. Look at that. Okay. So that's a quick win. I'm going to just leave that there. To be fair, let's take this one out. Don't need to make it weird. Now, what are the things I can do here? I'm going to do something here. I'm going to say, look, order quantity multiplied by unit price. What's that going to do? We start multiplying this by this by this. Execute. Boom. And it's giving you the same thing as the line total anyway. But you see, I can also do order quantity divide by unit price. Oops. I can also do order quantity add unit price. I can also do order quantity minus. Right, so basically these are now mathematical operations that we are doing. Again, remember that you're working with data. You're working with the Tesco's of this world. They'll tell you we want to know how much profit we've earned or how much whatever. And you're going to have to do calculations on there. Okay. So these are simple arithmetics that you can do. You can do complicated arithmetic as well, like the square root of the unit price. Okay, and it's gonna do it for you. Look at that. Okay, now note something. Everything I've done here right now, they are called calculated or derived columns, because those columns were not part of the original database. These were derived from doing one operation or the other. So very quickly, let's note that. Okay, they are derived from something else that we've done. Okay, now note that every derived column, sorry, I was joining there. Every derived column happens to not have a column name. Why? Because this is saying to me, look, I am a sales order detail person. And when you look at me, these are my columns. And they are all named. I know my children, and you have added more to me, and I do not know them. They're not part of me. You've used mine to make something else, or I don't know them. Actually, I don't know. I keep using weird examples. I'm going to shut up now. I hope everybody here knows their children. Okay. I don't even know why that came from. Guys, apologies. I shouldn't have said that. Okay. All right. So moving on. If you have a derived column, the first thing you need to do is alias it as total. Okay. As division. As addition. As subtraction. Okay, I'm just giving them random names now. It can be anything you want. Multiplication, multiplication. Okay, and when I use that, see what happens? Alias. Okay, it's not giving it a name. I've not used that one. As square root. Okay, that is sorted. Okay. Okay, what else can we have as quick win here in this time? Fantastic. I'm going to leave this here. We've seen a few calculated columns here. Let's go back to AdventureWorks person. So I'm going to use this quick one here and look at the query, look at the columns here, right? Well, I think I've gone fast for a few people. I'm going to slow down. What I did was I went to person, and I right-clicked and I did select top 100. Because I did not, and it opened a new thing for me here. Because I do not need the top 1,000, I'm going to remove the top 1,000 and just keep it as if I wrote all the query. Now, someone might ask me, hang on, when you write your own query, there are no square brackets around the column names. But look, there are square brackets here. They are the same thing. The only thing is, if I'm cheating and I'm telling the system to write a query for me, which is what I'm doing here, the system puts square brackets. In actual reality, I don't need to. Yeah, it's still gonna work. Which is what I did here. But this is from the system generated. Okay, what I want to do now is this. Look at this column, right? I do not need all of this information, right? Actually, the only thing I need here is just the name of this person. So what do? I can take away all of this, yeah, and take away all of this, yeah, and just go send. And it says, okay, this is better. This is suffix. How many people here have suffixes? Who is this one? Is he a professor? This one is Ivy. Martin J. Svoboda 4, whatever. Okay, there's only a few of them. I'm going to delete him. And it's one of those privileged people that live in the Buckingham Palace. We don't want him anyway. So, please, people don't go and play this thing. To Prince Charles, Prince, whatever it's called. Just in case they want to give me an award one day, someone will say, "I'm gone. This is what this boy has been saying." Okay, all right. So basically, I'm gonna run this query now, and I'm thinking, hang on. Look, they've done the title and the name and that. This is too crazy. Why can't I just have the first name and the last name in one place? Okay, why can't we? We can. Just gonna create a new column and go select the first name. And I'm going to use plus the last name. Is this going to work? It is going to work. When you're plussing with numbers, it adds together. When you're plussing with strings or characters, it brings them together. It concatenates them. But look, there's going to be a problem here, which is execute. It does it. It brings Ken and Sanchez together. And who can spot what the problem is quickly? And also how we might want to solve it. Anybody?
It's done it as a word, one word. There's no space in between.
There is no space. Fantastic, Ifeoma. Now, how can I separate them? Do you know, Ifeoma?
I'm just guessing maybe you can put a bracket and say space or something. Or you can leave a space. Yeah.
Leave a space. I like it. So leave a space and then what?
And then just run it again and see.
Fantastic. Let's leave another space.
Put a cover.
What? Who said something? I was gonna pick on Ifeoma before, but now that you talked, who is that person? Identify yourself. Edisana is not on the call again. See, I know some people are missing, you know. He told us that it was in data, didn't he? I think some people are missing.
You have to find their way by themselves.
I know there's a girl missing called Sonia. I think she's missing.
Okay, let me go and see. Okay, over here. Let's see, BA. Maybe they dropped out.
No, they are not on the call again. They're not on the call again.
That's to them anyway. Okay. Cool. Thanks. Okay. So if you're Mal, I'm coming back to you. You told me to put space. I've put plenty space. In fact, I put E space.
What about the bracket?
Okay. Put bracket. Bracket and then space. Abi, let us cover all that space with a lot of brackets.
No, not like that. Like in front of the word and at the back of the last word. Like first word within a bracket, second last word within a bracket.
Oops, like this?
Yeah, something like that. Okay.
You guys are professors. You guys are killing this. Amazing stuff. Boom. What's going on? It's not working.
Nah.
Who can help us here?
You put a speech mark, put a space within the speech mark and add it.
Mary, have you been in my class before?
No, I work with SQL already, so that's why I didn't want to say anything.
See people that are cheating. Yes. I knew there was always going to be one of them. Okay, what's a speech mark?
He's not supposed to be in this class.
She's supposed to be teaching us. Can you imagine? So all of you that you are having issues with your installation, you know who to go to now. Tell me, what is the speech mark you want us to use?
I'm sorry, what do you mean speech mark?
You said I should put a speech mark.
Yeah, what's the sign again?
What's the sign?
The speech mark.
I'm asking you. You're asking me. We're asking each other now. Go on, tell me. What should I use?
It's, you know, the double speech
Okay,
mark.
like this.
No, put a space in between them.
Put a space and this.
And that's
Like this,
no.
yeah? Like this. Huh?
No. It's supposed to be coming up as red. So you know
Which one?
you know the single one, the one that
the single one. Fantastic.
it should
Hey.
make it.
Okay.
Do we need the additional plus sign
Wait.
there?
Mark, wait. Let's senior talk.
And then put the plus again
let's senior talk. In
so
secondary
that you
school,
enjoy.
if you went to my secondary school and you talk like this, you'll be carrying pail of water for the whole day.
Oh my
Okay.
Lord.
Mary, is this what you said?
Yeah, just confusing.
Fantastic.
It's supposed to be.
Thank you. No, this is gonna work. So basically, before when we ran it, we just did this. What you're saying is just this. Bring this, put it together. But there's got to be a space in between. And for the purpose of this course, know that a space is actually a character as well. Okay, I know it's empty, but space is a character. So we're going to say add another word to it, and that word is an empty space. Then add the last name. So basically, add a column that contains name, add another column that contains space, then add this one. All together in one, and we've got it. As full name. Okay, there we have it. You can also use functions. So this is me just using formula, just using whatever it is, just doing it manually. There's a function called concat. Yeah, concat, what's it going to do? So let me put concat. See, a concat is a built-in function, and what is it going to do? You put all the expressions you want inside, and it will return something like that. Okay, so let's do concat, and I'm going to say, for the first name, for the last name, and cover it. We're going to have the same problem we had initially. See, it's going to bring it, but without space. So actually, when you realize that space is actually a word on its own, then you create its own space for it with a comma, and then it brings it in with a space. Please, 1 second. Guys, something is burning downstairs. Is someone in the kitchen? Is someone in the kitchen? Oh. Okay, guys, apologies for that. Okay, so that's one cool thing we can do. Let's do one last cool thing we can. Mary, Senior Mary, please come and show us one cool thing with SQL.
So I've got a question.
Wait.
Why is it that?
Wait, what? If you're ma,
Yeah.
to punish you. Senior is talking. You wait, please. Senior Mary has to give us something cool. We'll take your question in a minute. We'll take your question in a minute.
Okay.
Mary, are you going to show us something cool?
Yeah, what? What do you want me to?
Anything cool that you've learned and you think people should know at this stage? Should I come back to you?
Yeah, maybe before we go to joins.
Before you go to joins, so what? We're not doing joins.
Case that will be now. That will be later.
Joins will be in
case statements will be later.
Case statements. Hey, this is truly a senior. Okay, that's good. I'm glad that we have someone that knows this. So the day that I choose not to come to class, I'll just say, Mary's going to teach the class. Fantastic. That's good. All right, Ifema, let us talk. What's your question?
So I just want to know if the brackets around the first name and the last name are really necessary. And if they are, why they're not square brackets like the ones at the top?
The fantastic question. They're not. They're not.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not at all. By the way, I was joking when I said let's see the top. You know, I tried to make my class.
Oh, I didn't take it serious. I knew you were joking.
Cool. So this concat, if you're going to use functions though, built-in functions, you need to use it. Look, when you're using the built-in function, it says it then teaches you how to write it. Concat, then open a bracket, put the first expression, the first column with a comma, and the next column with a comma, and as many columns as you want to return, you put it there and you keep returning them like that. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's do one more cool trick before we go. Today, I'm going to switch back to. Do you guys need these codes, by the way? Do you want me to share it with you, or you guys are happy to write yours? Okay. Ignore me. Why? It means you guys are.
If you go back to the last yeah. So at the top, you said select business entity. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because I was yeah. I was just a little confused. Yeah. Now.
I didn't start it on the next line. Sorry, apologies for that.
Yeah.
But this is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. Now, what I want to show next is now messing about with dates, which I'm going to go back to sales order details. I'm going to take this one off. You know what? Do you guys, anyway, you guys can watch this on the video. Just take this off. Look, I want to mess about with dates now, right? Look at those dates. Look at the dates. Yeah.
But before you go further, I'm just curious. Like some of these things, right? It's easier to do this on Tableau. So why am I like doing it here?
Yeah. Can you write queries on Tableau?
No, it's not about the query, but I can do this stuff, this same thing on Tableau. I'm just asking.
So basically, you can manipulate your data on Tableau.
Yeah, in a way, yes.
Yeah.
So I want to know the edge.
I like the question that you said, but as a rule of thumb, do all of your manipulations as much as you can on SQL, and do as little as you can on Tableau, because your server has got a very powerful engine. When you run your query and stuff and all of that here, it runs faster here than the other one.
Okay.
Tableau is just a presentation layer. It's just to present data.
Okay.
Whereas the real compute engine is here. And if you're taking Tableau, if you're taking your results, because okay, now you see your Tableau, right?
Yeah.
You will be connecting it to your. Okay, let me see. So when you write a query, for example, you know every month you're going to be writing a monthly sales report, weekly sales report, yearly report. Okay, you don't want to be writing that code every day. You're going to write it and store it, okay, in a stored procedure.
There's a way you can do that in Tableau too, like on server. Like if you do a flow and you do Yeah.
But if you write the query here on a stored procedure, you won't have to do anything on the Tableau. You just connect your Tableau to your SQL server and just pick out the stored procedure, and then all you need to just do is just design your presentation page.
Presentation. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I may be wrong. I may be wrong. Mary, what do you think? What would you?
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to do all your queries, the transformations behind in SQL Server. Then you can use that in Tableau. So you can use things like views, stored procedures. You don't have to keep running or keep changing all the time. Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah. But what I was just saying was that like Tableau has like this function that like your data, right? If you have joined them in a way, you have cleaned them in a way, you can join them, you can create a flow, and they will all be published. You can give it time to publish, maybe every 1 hour, every 5 days, every 1 week, like that. So they just publish it straight, and you just and it goes straight. You can connect to the server, get the data, and just do your visualization. So every time
you're going to pull, so basically you're going to first pull the data from here.
Yeah.
And telling Tableau to go and run it. So basically you are, it's going to take more effort, Tableau running it, than for you to. So the best practice, and you can speak to your Tableau teacher as well about this, the best practice that you can do, even on Power BI, you can do your queries, everything, but why would I want to go and do it there when I can actually do it on the server side, complete my views, complete my stored procedure, and everything I want to do, and I'll just take it to. There's enough worry for you on that side anyway that you have to go and design your reports, make it look beautiful. Why would I want to take this one there?
Yeah.
And this one is easier. It's easy to read here anyway. This is what this is designed for, to make your changes, rather than the other place where you're dragging and dropping and opening a little bit of box and writing a code there, and you're not sure if you've made a mistake. And if you see how codes are written on the other side, they kind of modeled up. So I'll rather do it here.
Okay, thank you.
For performance purposes, it's always better.
Exactly. Performance is, if you're talking, because again, remember that your report, that your boss might be on the way to parliament to go and present, and then he's on the train and he's tapping it and he's not responding quickly. In fact, this is one of the interview questions. If they ask you that, how can you improve your reports? I'll say, I'll make sure that all of my calculations are done in SQL rather than Tableau or Power BI. You get, if I was sitting in that panel, you get a pass mark for that.
Thank you.
It's always come up in interview,
Yeah, it comes up in interview. So thank you for that question. It's not a stupid question. It's actually helpful. So yeah. Okay, cool. Let us mess about with dates. With dates, I can see this date, right? Is date time. I can use a little function called cast and say cast that date, cast. What cast will do is it will change what it is to another type. Cast modified date. Cast just date. And I say DDD and see what it does. Boom. So instead of writing all these dates, you just cast it as date, only date. Or cast it as time. See if it's going to work. Great, it's just going to bring all the time. So if this was 10 p.m., it's just going to bring 10 p.m. here. So cast is going to change the type of date. So it's going to change this from this to whatever you tell it to change it to. There are exceptions. It won't just do everything, but yeah. Okay, so I'm going to keep this as date and here. Now, let's do another cool stuff here. It's a text. See this text? No, text is, what the hell? My brain is frozen now. Text is Excel. Okay. The format. What's wrong with you, Mr. Aya? Format. And if I want to run the format, it's okay. Format modified date. Modified date as date slash date month. Okay, yeah. Let's put it this way and see. I hope this is gonna work. If I still remember what I'm doing. Yay, fantastic. Okay, so basically you see this date here, this very date. I'm messing about with it, and I want to change it to that. If I run it now, you see as just giving it random names. Alias. Okay, see, it's changing it to Tuesday 05 2011. Someone say, why are you writing that way? Now let's look at what all of these are. Okay.
If I do wait before we go too far, right? So okay, first when you want to change like the variable that's on the field, you want to change the variable, use as, right? Say quantity
You don't
order.
change that. Careful with what you're saying. It's not variable. You're changing. So it's the name of the column that I'm
Yeah, the
replacing.
name of the column. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. But maybe I used the wrong word there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
So
on.
the title of the column, the name of the
Yeah.
column.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to change that field, right, to
Yeah.
another name. So you
Yeah.
use
Us.
now. Then
And
you want.
you don't have to use us.
Okay.
Actually, as a best practice, always put your ass there. But you can do it. You can get away without not doing it.
Okay, because that's what I'm just saying based on what you have shown us so far.
Yeah.
So okay.
If I
So
take it out, it's still gonna work. But best practice, put it there.
okay.
I wrote a code 2 weeks ago, and the programmer was like, "What are you?" I'm like, "I don't need to put an alias there." I was sharing something on the screen, and it was like, it's doing my head in. Put an alias there. I'm like, "It's not your code, it's my code, and you don't need it, so leave it alone." So to be fair, sometimes you just write. If for the purpose, best practice, yes, do it. And if you were going to learn that, if you're newly learning this now, I say keep it like this. If you've learned it like years ago when no one cares about standards and stuff, then don't be like me. I'll teach you the best thing. Put us there. Okay.
Okay. So
yeah.
yeah, the question still continues, right? So you know to modify the date now, yeah, we are modifying the what do you call it? Right, maybe you're modifying the date, the cast, right?
Yeah,
So
cast is just to change it from one type
format, yeah.
type.
Yeah, so now you use as again inside, right?
So if I
not
use
that part,
cast,
not that part in the bracket.
this one, yes. So
Yeah.
I'm saying cast this as something else.
Okay. So because
Change this to become something else. It's going to work like this, but it's not going to have a column name. Notice that everything that's happened.
I think
yeah,
it's talking about the as within the bracket, the one that goes with the function. Yeah.
Everything here goes with this function.
That one's
okay,
compulsory.
okay, but we
This
not
as
separate. Yeah.
goes with this function. It's not
Okay.
the one. This one doesn't change the name.
Okay.
It's inside the bracket. You notice that every other as I use isn't in the bracket. This one comes with the bracket.
So there's no space in between that that function and the changing name now.
What do you mean, Charlie?
Like after the now you wrote cast as this. Everything is within the bracket of cast, right? So you know that is under the function of cast.
Yes.
Right now. So there's no space, there's no like break. You just continue to change the name now.
Yeah, as new date. Now this is the name I want to give it.
Yeah.
And it's outside the bracket, and this is what's gonna appear here.
Yeah.
Did I answer your question? Or...
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Okay. So
Thank
you. Okay, so let's mess about with this format here. Again, format is another way of messing about with it. And the reason I'm taking you through this one is this, and Mary will bear me witness. Everything you're going to be doing on this job is about dates and time and money and information based on date and time. Date. How much did we sell last week? And someone sent this thing this week. Projection for next week, next year, whatever. So you need to be able to mess about with your dates. Honestly, if I was just going to teach this for a BI, business analyst, you don't need all of this information. Because most of the data you're going to be working with anyway, someone has created the date and they've changed, the BI developer has changed it and done everything for you. But just in case someone wants to take their work to the next level, that's why I'm adding all of this. Now, look, if I write this in just one letter, and I write this in one letter, and I write this in one letter, is it going to return something for us? Let's find out. See? 31 March 2011. Look at this 31.
Okay, I wanted to ask a question regarding to that particular thing you just did. I tried putting the D in caps lock, just like the M, and the Y also in caps lock. It didn't display the date. It just
You're going to have a problem with that. Okay. You're gonna have a
Yeah.
problem. The only reason why this is in M, big M, is if I use small m, it becomes minutes.
Okay.
To be fair, a D, capital D should work. I don't know why it won't work. To be fair, I'm not. Yeah, I know. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Even the capital Y didn't work either.
okay, don't use it then. So it's small. It's meant to be small letters, but if I use small m, it goes to pick the minutes here, and you'll see now. If I do m here, it picks the 2 minutes here and brings 0, 0. Just watch. Okay. So month is capital M, and that's the only thing you need to worry about. Okay. So there, and year. So this is going to bring me 2 digits. The first one we did when I did only D. If it's 31st, understandably, that's 2 digits. It's going to bring 31st. It's not going to abbreviate it. It's not going to mess about with it. But if it is the 1st of July, it's just going to bring 1, 7, 14. Now, if I put DD, MM is not going to be bringing it 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, and so on. Look at that. Yeah, and the single digit ones becomes 0, 1. Come on. Yeah, 0, 7, 10, 13. However, the moment it becomes 3 digits or 3 letters, yeah, these ones will bring you the day in words or in 3 letters. This one will bring you the month in words in 3 letters. So watch. See, Tuesday, May 11. Mon, Oct, 13. And that doesn't make any sense, right? Okay, so I'm going to change this to 4 now. If I now take 4, and 4 is the maximum it will go, what do you think 4 is going to return? It's going to return the full length of everything. So if I do that, it's going to bring Tuesday, October 20, whatever. Okay? See? Friday, August. Wednesday, November. Hey, you believe yourself. Good. Okay. See? Friday, February. Monday, March. Wednesday, May. Whatever. Okay? So if you were going to mess about with this as a good date, you may want to say, you know what? DD, comma, DD, M, and yeah. If you do this, you're going to have Tuesday, 31st of May, 2011. Why do I need to know how to mess about with dates? What if you're getting documents from the US? Please note this today. Americans write their dates. I don't know. Does anybody know anybody in America on this platform? I don't know. I think their brain is on the other side. This is
months, dates, and year.
Yeah, this is what they do. I don't understand why people will wake up in the morning and do this. Well, anyway, it's as if they just said, let us just mess about with people's head and see how they like it. Well, that's why they go to everybody's country and blow them up. Crazy people. All right, stop. I don't hate America, honestly, but he voted Donald Trump. That's unforgivable. And
at this rate, we are going to report you.
Okay. You won't have a data teacher now.
After.
Maybe we're not. Maybe sure you can hear these people, but okay. See, so you can have data coming through for you, and God help you. If like this now, if this is what is heading your data, this is the first one on the list. You can easily see that, oh, this is an American format. This is fantastic. I will change it.
Oh, no way.
But if this is coming in like that, and you think, how many people think 9/11 happened in November? Exactly. It doesn't make any sense. 9/11, you know, it happened in September because they put the month first, you know? It's crazy. Anyway, so if this one happens now, this is fine. At least you know it's September. It's September 09. But if you see something like this, you would think this is the 9th of March. But no, it is actually the 3rd of September. So there's a report that you have to do. There's data coming in from the database, and the date is in. And the data is in American date format. Okay, you need to be able to format it back to the original and change it to what it has to be, and then you use it for whatever purpose you want to use it. I am going to stop here. Yes, what is the question? That's my
So I have a question.
Go for it.
So when you've written multiple lines,
Yes.
is there any way you will know that this particular column refers to, say, line number 13, apart from the DDD or the naming? Is there any other way you can tell?
Like, okay, so like this line represents this one.
Yes.
No, this is the only way, and that's why it's good to put an alias on calculated column. At least this one is for this, because the names reflect them. And if I didn't do this, and I didn't do this, then you might struggle and say, hang on, which is which? What's this?
Yeah.
That's why you can then put your alias and do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay. Okay. Please, how do you sort for data? Maybe you want to search for a particular row.
This man, who just asked me this question? Is it you again?
Elijah's brother.
You are Mark. Okay, I was going to. You're lucky that it's not Ayo. Mark, let us take this step by step, okay? We'll get there. We will do that.
Okay.
To do that, we use a where clause. Yeah. To search for data, we use a where clause. To sort data, we can order by. We can group and all of that. But please, let's take things step by step. Some people don't learn as fast as the others. But go on.
Okay, well, a quick one there. So now let's assume that today we are finished dealing with this data now. This one that we are just modifying the data and stuff like that. Now, if I want to export it or take it to maybe like
cool. I like that. You're thinking ahead. If you want to export, 1 second, please. A little shaking me by that in about 5 minutes. I'm finishing the class now, please. All right, thanks, sir. Thanks. Okay, very good question, Ayo. So you've now got this data. Let's say this is the data you want, and you want to take it to Excel or somewhere. You see this corner here at the top here?
Yeah.
Just click on it. See, it selects everything.
Okay.
You see that, please? Can you see where it's turning?
Yeah.
Just click on it. It selects everything. Let's do it again. So in that corner here, just select, everything becomes blue. Then you come anywhere here and right click, and it says copy. If you copy it, it's not going to take the title. If you copy with headers, it's then going to take all the titles. And you go to your Excel, and you open your thingy, come here, right click and paste. Boom.
Okay. Thank you.
That's it. Okay. Have we learned anything today? And I'm glad that there's someone that is on the platform that's going to keep me honest. Maybe have I lied today, or have I underperformed or overperformed or whatever?
No, that was fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh God, my head is swelling now. All right.
I have one last question. What are we learning next week? Next week.
It's 6:30. I can't honestly.
No, not the time. Like, what are we?
What are we doing next week?
Yeah, next week.
You people, you've seen Ayo again, man.
So that we can prepare ourselves, so that
you go online and find anything you want. Leave me alone. You're going to get.
But we are not stubborn.
That's what I was going to say.
Actually, driver. That's why I've not been talking.
Look at this other Ayo is gentle.
I'm just coming from Glasgow now, so so you people are just lucky this evening that I'm not talking.
Can you not be like the other Ayo? What is your problem now? We've not even finished learning this thing. You're already saying for next week.
So that we can prepare ourselves now. Some of us, we are very, very, we need this badly.
Okay. Don't. Okay, I'll say to you, I'm gonna send a few questions online. I'll send a few questions for you to practice. But I'll say to you guys, honestly, you want to practice, there's loads more than I'm just gonna search online and find something quick for you. But if you go online, practice question on SQL Server, you're gonna get them, and you can even read ahead of the class. They're all there online. Okay, so
Yeah,
please
thank you.
Google something, find something, learn something, and keep this one. My whole idea today is just for me to introduce this and then introduce data types and mess about with them, concatenate stuff, and then we start doing other stuff from next week. Okay. So guys, I hope you've learned something. If you have, that's fantastic. If you haven't, that's not good. That makes me feel like a bad teacher. But I feel like everyone should have picked something up today. If you have any struggle, please let me know. If you have a MacBook, you know who to go to. If you have any questions during the week on SQL and I'm not there, you also know who to go to. We have senior in this class, which is fantastic. So I'm going to stop here, guys, because now I need to dash out. My wife has come to give me the final warning, and the woman here knows what that means. So I will run away. Thank you very much. Have a fantastic week.